Okay, so this is finally got done the my Minutemen Outpost sort of build. Now, this is the using the mod Boston Public Library. I did have a look at that mod. I will probably also leave a link to that mod. And that I did say that as I was going to do a settlement build. So anyway, this is the sort of start of it. So before I start showing exactly what I've got here, my idea with this was essentially, as I'll show on the map here. So seeing this is sort of in between, sort of like the castle's obviously there, and then we've got the Diamond City. The idea is sort of like a central hub type of thing for sort of resupply, restock, treatment, all that type of stuff for the Minutemen run. Because on the left I've got in this room, so it's like that's essentially the armory. So I've essentially got an armory type of build stuff going on. I will say some of the rooms were kind of a yay and nay try and work out, just for the fact of although yes, it is great as is for the settlement, unfortunately enough there's some rubble you can't fix, sort of thing. So this, I will say, this part I was trying to figure out what to actually put here, because obviously for settlement defense, so this place does actually get attacked, or it is possible to be attacked. We've got one defense here for that one reason of this is one of the entryways. The other, there's actually two over that way, but I will get to that. But yeah, as is this sort of like meant to be one of the main entryways, but then I thought, well, I want an area for like a workout sort of area. So obviously that is what we've sort of got going on here. And just in this door, I was trying to figure out what to put here, and I thought, well, I could probably use this as like a miniature storage area type of scenario going on. For that reason, obviously, a few turrets just in there. That was my idea of essentially like kind of like the armory at the castle where we've got all the stuff there. I was going to put them in that armory room there, but again, I decided not to. I thought I'll just use that for this little part. This room, again, I was going to make this and that room 2 bedrooms, but unfortunately enough, as I'll show here, this wasn't taken out, and so you can't clear this rubble. I will say, as much as I do love this mod, it is a shame that the mod author didn't take out this stair, as there is a lot more potential here if you're able to clear out some of these spots and that, like obviously down this way. So this is the garden. I can't actually put in cages, because I was going to have Brahmin down here. Now you will see a few of these robots around, so those are my repair bots sort of things, and my sentry bots, and that will, as is, we'll have a look at them soon. But yeah, as is, I was really hoping to do something here, but again, unfortunately I couldn't. It would have honestly been a bit better if we could have, even if just removing this stair by itself, because like we've got all these, we've got mats and stuff we could have chucked down. So I will say that was a kind of a downfall for me, because I mean obviously we've got plenty of bedding in here as well. But yeah, that was a kind of shame for me, because that's what I wanted, was essentially a couple bedrooms. Same sort of thing as well with walls. Can't exactly fix the walls. I was going to have a bedding here, but I thought, no, we'll have 2 sets of bed, two doors, essentially, in case we have to get out type of thing. What else do we have? This, I didn't know what to put here. This is essentially the clinic, as I sort of said earlier, of this is like a resupply area sort of for anyone and everyone, because usually the Minutemen are kind of there for everyone type of scenario going on. So that's unfortunately enough why that was essentially like that for, like sort of thing with the clinic sort of thing. I was going to put the exercise equipment in here, but then I thought, well, if it's meant to be like a clinic, it doesn't really make sense to obviously have exercise equipment right next to the clinic for that silver. I mean, you kind of could, but I sort of have it as sort of a spare room in case we've got to move stuff around. Here is literally just the generator stuff. I didn't do too much in here because I thought I'll just leave this as sort of like a generator room, not having beds in here or anything like that. For that reason, I thought, well, we've got generators. Well, we've got fusion generators. I thought, well, we don't really want people sleeping in here type of thing. This is another thing, like, again, would have been cool if this stuff could have been repaired. Again, that may be a thing that the mod author might do in the future. Again, it would be amazing if they could, for that reason of, like, if that's a stair to go down and, like, to maybe another level, that would just, again, more building would just be phenomenal. As well, for everything I have built here, as you can sort of see, I've only got a very small amount of build limit used, but I have kind of built a fair amount in here. So, I don't know exactly how you could reach your max build limit in a settlement of this size in the terms of it's kind of janky in a way, I suppose you'd call it, of, like, there's plenty of space, but there isn't at the same time. Toilets, I left the toilets pretty much alone. I did repair the toilets themselves, fixed up the sinks a little bit, so not much of a difference. We don't get any other urinals in game, so... Oh, I didn't fix up those ones. I'll have to. That's one thing I've forgotten apparently. Anyway, also yes, you will see most of the Minutemen are essentially in their outfits. I've got a few different types around here, as I touch on that soon. So this is sort of like the main area for defense, because so essentially what I've got going on here is stuff will spawn here, and then down here. So, that I left completely alone down there. I haven't touched it. And, has something else been in here recently? I don't remember that blood splatter. If I... Okay, yeah. Okay, no. So, that was originally there. Okay. Again, another still thing here, which... Okay, we can... Okay, well, there's no use moving that then, because we can't get past there. I was just going to say with that one. But yeah, as is, there's more rooms that, again, could have been used. But yeah, as is, I kind of thought, well, my idea with it was stuff can come in here, because I was going to have it to be, we're going to have guard post things around here and down there. But then my thought was, well, if stuff can come up through, I think that's like the underground station. Yeah. So that's like the underground station area sort of thing. I don't believe you can build in there. I haven't checked in there. I don't think you would be able to. Because it'd be technically 2 settlements. But yeah, my idea was essentially if stuff can spawn here, the best thing to do, again, lore-wise type of thing, would be have the settlers here. So that's kind of one of my engineer settlers. As is, I think I've got about 4 of them rolling around in here somewhere. Some of these settlers don't like to... be where they're supposed to, unfortunately. But yeah, that was like the idea is essentially these 2 will cover sort of down there mainly, and then obviously all the turrets here are mainly focused on this door. I've got a couple of shotgun turrets for that sort of same thing of, say you're an enemy, you've just gone in through here, you'll try and run up past here and then boom, shotgun, straight to you. Same, actually, did I put those in? No, I did not. I think I was going to, but I don't think I ended up doing that. Another thing, again, there's so many walls slash rooms that, again, would be amazing if they got fixed up a little bit. Again, I do know that would be quite difficult, though, depending on it, as is for the rooms. Although, I mean, you possibly could, like, copy and paste, like, a previous room. I don't exactly know. Again, I haven't done Fallout 4 much. I've tried Skyrim modding before. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, so then we've got the cafeteria. Sort of, I do like what I've done here. I probably think this is actually probably one of my better type of building stuff. Again, I'm not the greatest of builders, but yeah. Also, yes, I've got essentially one's the lab coat, essentially meant to be the medical sort of one. So we've got the sentries. They literally just roam around as is for that reason, for literally being sentries. Then we'll have the repair bots. I believe I only made the 2 types for that reason. Repair bots have a nail gun and hammer, if anyone is wondering. Literally for that reason, being repair bots, that was the idea, is essentially hitting in nails and railgun for the nails. So yeah, as I didn't put too much. The pillars kind of, I don't know, they kind of do but don't ruin it. I mean, you could have your tables going, like, long ways and have kind of more in here. I was going to put rugs underneath them, but unfortunately enough, I put those down before doing it, and then I decided, nah, I'm not going to do it now, doing that. So with... Oh, one of my plates are gone.
Yeah.
Who stole my plate? Somebody in here has stolen a plate. I had that on a plate. Why? Who has stolen the plate? What the hell? We have a thief in the settlement. A settler has stolen a plate, apparently. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, so the idea here is most of my builds are usually kind of clean, so to speak, but my idea with the kitchen area, and I don't see this in a lot of settlement builds, videos I've seen in the past, is like a lot of people, and again, I normally do, but most people always have the seats like perfectly in line. I usually like to have that. I like things to be essentially perfectly even, all that normally. But I thought, since it's meant to be a lived-in settlement type of thing, where it's like, obviously everyone's going back and forth and moving around, whatnot, and it's like, some set like, obviously it's the Minutemen are here, but then we've also got random settlers, and it's maybe like Brotherhood is still roaming through. They might stay here for the night, sort of thing. As it is literally meant to be a as like a resupply hub, but again, normally the Minutemen are kind of good with everyone, so it's like we help everyone type of thing, something going on. But yes, as is, I didn't put everything nice and even because of that reason, make it more lived in. I left plates and stuff around with food on them, some sort of things, some drinks, so that sort of reason of either if someone's had to sort of move, or as this thing, we've got a lot of settlers in here. Usually it's kind of like they're eating sort of thing. I use these buffet things, same sort of thing. I left out some food to make it obviously looked more lived in type of thing. I chucked down some of these trays. These were an absolute bloody nightmare. Because what happens, I'll see if I can actually get to work, is when you do that, they place in each other. So they start to flip up. And if you start putting too many down at once, they will actually literally start to glitch out. I had one actually fling backwards type of thing. So yeah, I had to actually literally manually place them down. Then I had to do, like, obviously when you're picking up like that they can move a little bit. So then I had to sort of do like that, and we can only move stuff like that. We can't move them around any other way. So then I had to like literally drop them on like that, and then yeah, it was kind of a nightmare to get into to function how I wanted it to for a bit. Same sort of thing here, coffee, and then we've got the coffee cups sort of thing. We've got some freezers. Obviously, they were empty at the moment. I didn't put anything in there. Place for all the milk. Again, I was going to have the Brahmin here, but again, we can't, unfortunately. So that's that. The new cola machines. Another new cola sort of thing. I do have some trash bins here as well. Again, wanted to make it lived in sort of thing. I thought I got rid of all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, same sort of thing. Eatertrons, unfortunately enough, we can't actually put food in there. I would have loved if we couldn't. It would actually display food. That would have been phenomenal. Again, we'll quick look at the garden. As is, I think I've got about an equal amount of food in here of each crop. The idea is essentially this is all the stuff used to make adhesive. So the idea is essentially, as we'll still see here, we've got good enough food for the amount of people, which doesn't make sense. I thought I would have needed at least 10 more food to be equal, but apparently not. But yeah, so essentially it is, we use what we get, and then we reuse the excess sort of stuff for adhesive. Again, law-based type of stuff. Does not look like the crops are growing at the moment. Luckily enough, we could get some water in as well. That was really good. That was a fun time trying to line them up. Yeah, as there's some of them a bit yay and nay. Like that one in the middle. Well, that one here is a bit raised up a bit further. And these ones are kind of even. That one's flushing. That one's dipped down a little bit. And just, yeah. Yeah. A bit more...
Hi, how are you?
Bit more of a spot here for putting more things. As is for that reason of if there is extra sort of stuff I didn't really worry about. We did look down here again. I would have probably had this as like a storage area for the food type of thing if that was open more. We've got some repair bots. For some reason they assign themselves. How do we get rid of that rubble? So I got there's some parts I don't know how to get rid of them. And like I see again, we've got that area up there. There is no way to get up there. So there is. So technically, there's 3 floors, and that's what's a shame is there's no way to get up there. That again, that would have been amazing to have is like that other floor. Because we've got that balcony still view, so yeah, it is a massive shame we don't have all of it. But again, for what we get, still really good. I don't really look at a lot of, I think I've only looked at about 3. This includes, I think, 3 mods I ever looked at for settlements, and that's mostly weapons and armor. I think we've shown down there, and then yeah, sort of the armory. I believe that's our last sort of spot. Yeah, I think it is. So yeah, so the idea here for the armory. It did kind of take a while to plan this out. So, security area, didn't actually do too much in here, or practically nothing. All I had was that's from the Creation Club pack. That's literally just so I can obviously make it look like we're viewing stuff. The bedding for the ones who work in here. Again, unfortunately enough, we don't actually have terminals that makes it so you can actually see stuff. Or like, not see stuff, like the base terminals in games where like you can put a seat down and then you can put the terminal down. That would have been great for a display thing. That I will say that is Fallout 4's biggest settlement problem, I believe, is that we don't have a lot of structures to work with. Like we do, but we don't. Or actually, talking about structures, these lights, for anyone wondering, these are actual lights. Where are they? These ones. The fancy wall ones. What I actually had to do to get these in were line them up like that, because I had them essentially perfect. Line them up and then delete the old ones and then switch back and put those in. So yeah. But yeah, so essentially in for the armory part. Is that smoke? What's going on here? Or is that dust? I don't know on that one. But yeah, so I wasn't going to have all. Are you Well, you got a gun equipped. Are we being attacked? I'm not seeing anything on the thing saying we are. Anyway, so yeah, so the idea essentially again is all the workbenches for again either if you're a Minuteman or a settler or a Brother of Steel or sort of random wasteland sort of thing. You come here, you can use the workbenches and stuff and whatnot. Same sort of thing was with this robot workbench, obviously to make the robots, but then I thought, well, it's big, it's bulky, I could kind of use it to fill in the space, admittedly, to make it look a lot less barren. Sort of thing with that, as it's at times hard to do fill in big spaces, admittedly, because I could have put in a lot more weapon stuff here, but then I thought, well, it'd look weird if I had a heap of walls strewn across here type of thing. So yeah, and then we got so for the display stuff. So the idea with these two here is obviously these are XO1, and my idea with these is essentially these are like the top tier equipment type stuff for this outpost. That if we get really heavily raided, that I couldn't actually put 2 Minutemen, sort of things like that, because those deaths actually only go the one way, unfortunately, which was a massive shame on that one. But essentially, yes, my idea is obviously my elite guard type of thing, or my best of best warriors would jump into the power arm and start using them. These reason why these are so bare, I did obviously. Wait, those all the? They should have all been T45, aren't they? Yeah, okay, yeah, they're all T45. I don't know, that one there looked a bit weird then. That's, again, with the skin from the Creation Club. I don't know why that's grey for. It's, I don't know who went ahead on making the Minutemen paint grey for the power armor. Like, their weapons are blue. Like their flag is blue. Okay, why do you keep pulling out the pipe pistol? Are we actually being attacked somewhere? What's going on here? I don't know what's setting them off. And there we go. We've got a ghoul settler. So again, obviously yes, anyone and everyone's welcome sort of thing. I like the Brotherhood of Steel. But yeah, essentially why I thought I'll have most of them Baron because it's like they are the sort of what the what do you call them, like the Minutemen patrols would use sort of thing. So like obviously they can bring them here because again that's my idea is I've got my soldiers but then like my elite ones would use the power armor and then these stations are literally just for Minutemen who are coming back and forth. Say they've got like really broken armor type of thing, they can swap out one of these. That was my idea with this. So this is the Brotherhood of Steel armor. I used the Creation Club, cheat room to grab this one out of the big power armor room. So yes, my idea with that same sort of thing was Brotherhood of Steel has come here. Their power armor is busted or something, and they couldn't make it back to the Pridwin type of thing. So obviously we're here. We're going to help out type of thing with the repairs and whatnot of their armor type of thing. And then obviously they can wander around here as is, do whatever. Tinker with their weapons and their own armor. And we repair their armor, or they can use it themselves type of thing. So that's sort of the idea as is literally because again, I see as the Minutemen are like the best thing for the Commonwealth for that reason of, spoiler alert, I just want to make note here. Okay, dude, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like he's a synth. Not... He's pulled that pipe pistol out like 4 or 5 times, and then he was like gonna go after the ghoul. Like, what's going on there? What are you Okay, you're assigned to a scavenging station, and you're like the only one at this like. I don't know. Everyone, please let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is this dude a synth or not?
Huh?
Cause yeah, he's actually acting quite sus. I don't know why he keeps going from one from the stage to another. I've got like 4 other people assigned to these stations. It is actually. I'm wondering if he's a synth because, from what I understand, the synth settlers will be a bit weird at times. I'm wondering. Anyway, now where was I? Everyone's still welcome sort of thing, except for if you're a synth settler who's trying to infiltrate the place. I'm thinking it. But yeah, repair sort of stuff for that. Sort of thing is that idea. I was going to have a settler walk around with the Brotherhood of Steel stuff, but I didn't actually get to that, so, oh well. That helmet's been flipped upside down. There's some weird stuff going on in this settlement. He's got the gun out again. I don't know if it's because of the placement of of what,
Yes.
but like, and like, why can't you walk through there? What's going on here? Okay, I'm beginning to think this settler is a synth. I didn't even assign him to one of these. It's even weirder is I only assigned my settlers with the overalls. Actually, can we? I wonder where one of them even is. I haven't even seen them around. Oh my god, maybe that synth took them out.
Things were a bit crowded.
There's an idea. I'm gonna see if I can find one of my utility repair settlers. I'm seriously wondering what. There he is. So there's one of my ones. So there's about 4 of them around. I don't know where the rest of them are. I mean, I know the Institute replaces people with synths and stuff. So, but So that's the second one. So yeah, I've got potentially two missing. And one settler who is assigned to be just the general Minutemen has randomly assigned himself to the scavenging station and is acting really sus like he could be a synth in this. Oh my god, he just disappeared. I knew he was a synth. What the hell? Well, how many did I have settlers? I think I'm still at the 49. Is that him in there?
Traveling with you is proving to be quite enlightening. Most robots aren't self-aware. You can hardly blame them.
Okay, yeah.
How long my systems will
Oh, no, see there. So he's back. What the hell is actually going? Okay,
Hi, how are you?
wait. No, you're not the guy. Okay, I think that's everything in my settlement, but let me know in the comments. I'm gonna actually I wonder if I can put a poll in the comment section. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna try and do a poll in the comment section or something. Let me know if you think that settler was a synth or not, because he was at like.
robot components.
That's what I understand is I only had the ones with the overalls assigned to these stations, these scavenging stations, because that's sort of what I wanted was them to be staying in this area. The Minutemen ones are like you sort of ones to be walking around and whatnot.
Yes.
So yes, please let me know in the comment section. Was he a synth or was he not a synth? Or so, you know, was it just possibly where I've got everything is just messed up the coding? Or again, I don't really know how you normally, or I do know how you find out if someone's a synth normally. You play whack-a-mole, and that usually tells you.
Yeah.
So, yes, let me
We're having to sleep in shifts.
know. I'm having a quick look.
Perhaps if more robots possessed my mercy algorithm.
And I swear he's not even here no more.
My mercy algorithm, we wouldn't be forced to destroy them.
Yeah.
There you are.
Don't worry. I have no problems assisting with the destruction.
Just wanted to trade a few things. Go ahead.
You lead the way and I'll follow, sir.
But yes, okay, so yes, as is, let me know. Is he a synth or is he not a synth? Let me know
Yes.
your thoughts. And again, I have no idea how you might check for synths. Again, I'm quite sure that should be everything. I've been distracted too many times with possible synth settlers and that. But yes, as I do like what I've done. Again, pro my cafeteria still things, pro my better one. As is, and yes, that's kind of a tip I'd say of if you're trying to make a settlement look more lived in, you have sort of plates and stuff on the tables. You sort of make the chairs themselves not all neat and tidy and whatnot. Like you make stuff look messy but neat, so it looks like everyone keeps stuff clean, but they're also obviously again for that reason lived in sort of thing. So they're not all in order type of stuff. But anyway, as this, hope one has enjoyed this. I was going to say I was going to try and live stream this, but again, I can't get my audio stuff right, as there is like well, I actually wouldn't say way too much background noise, but like if I do like this, I move my chair just now as I'm sort of talking. I don't know how loud that's actually going to be in the audio of this, but for live streaming, it does seem to be pretty loud. Like I don't know, it kind of goes over my voice, and
Yes.
again, the clicking and that from controls and stuff. So, again, still trying to work that stuff out. I've been trying all the stuff and seeing videos to live stream stuff, because that was my hope, was literally to live stream this and answer questions and whatnot during the stream sort of thing. But again, didn't want to really do that as is for the noise and stuff. So, unfortunately enough, but maybe if I do another settlement build type of thing like this with a mod, I might do that as well. So that's again always a possibility. But as is, anyway, I hope everyone has enjoyed, and I shall see everybody next time.